Get up, you son of a bitch! Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Yeah, you already know this is Pawn's Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, fight night yesterday. You already know this Sunday hangover Sunday. Recap, Jaron Ennis, the newly unified welterweight champion of the world, newly lineal Ring Magazine champion of the world. Shout out to Jaron Ennis. If y'all been following the channel since day one, y'all already know that I've been saying that Jaron Ennis is going to be the second coming of Roy Jones Jr. I said that Jaron Ennis got the skills, the talent, the size to, if everything work as it should, and he exceed the expectations, because at the end of the day, in the sport of boxing, the fighters that get the major credit in the history of the sport of boxing is those fighters that exceed the expectations, not only match the expectations, but exceeds the expectations. And what you saw yesterday, Jaron Ennis was working on all cylinders: the right hand, the uppercuts, the combination of punches, the footwork, the defense, the reflexes. You know what I'm saying? The orthodox southpaw. He was just giving you every little bit of taste of what is to come in the future for Jaron Ennis and in the sport of boxing. They're saying he's the phenom in the 147-pound division. And it went from that several years ago when we was talking about him for 6 years, 7 years. I've been saying that Jaron Ennis is going to be the guy. It's going to be the guy that's going to make a lot of welterweight run from the 147-pound division to 154, in which now the 154-pound division is the most competitive division in the sport of boxing, I could say, right? And Jaron Ennis is not too far from moving up. But we're going to be talking about what's going to be next for Jaron Ennis after his masterful performance yesterday versus Stanionis, right? I know there's a lot of people that's going to give him praise and credit, just like I'm giving him praise and credit. I'm not surprised by the performance. I'm not surprised what he has. I'm not surprised that he's a unified champion. I'm not surprised that he's a lineal Ring Magazine champion. I've been saying it since day one. This guy has special attributes. There's just few fighters in the sport of boxing that is just not just good, not just really good, but do things in the ring that you just can't teach. I'm going to be talking about potential matchups for Jaron Ennis, a unification bout with Brian Norman Jr., who had a knockout in his last outing. Mario Barrios, who I believe got the biggest win in the welterweight division outside of Terrence Crawford and Earl the Truth Pins, Keith Thurman, who's already been moved on from the division. Danny Silva Garcia retired. Sean Porter retired. Guys, you know what I'm saying? We don't know if he's going to come back to the 147-pound division, but he's back in the gym. But the guy that has the best win out of the Brian Norman Jr., Ennis, and Mario Barrios, it is Mario Barrios beating Yordenis Ugas, who retired the legendary Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time World Champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GO Manny Pacquiao. That will be a good unification bout. I actually think that Mario Barrios and Jaron Ennis will probably be the most lucrative fight in the current welterweights. Now, of course, we know 140-pound is going to be moving to the welterweight division. That's going to make it a lucrative division like it used to be when we did have the Thurmans and the Spence and the Porters and the Dannys and the Brooke Crawford and the Manny Pacquiaos. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia is going to be moving up May 2nd versus Rolly Romero in the 147-pound division. So when are we talking about speed and power? TEOFIMO Lopez is going to be facing Barboza in May 2nd in the same card in Times Square, New York City, and probably with a victory that's going to be his last fight in the 140-pound division. We're going to be talking about potential fight with TEOFIMO Lopez and Jaron Ennis. We got Devin the Dream Haney that's going to be fighting in the catchweight versus Jose Ramirez. I think the catchweight is going to be in 144. We know that Devin Haney is also potentially going to be moving to the 147-pound division. So I'm going to tell you like this. The second quarter of, not the second quarter, but the second half of this year in the sport of boxing, the 147-pound division is going to be as lucrative as it's ever been on post Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. So I can't wait to see what's going to transpire. But let's talk a little bit about the performance of Jaron Ennis versus Stanionis. I think it's a wonderful performance. Like I said at the beginning, I think everything was working on all cylinders, man. And you know what? I said that in the prediction, in the short prediction that I did have for this fight. I knew that Jaron Ennis is going to beat Stanionis. Stanionis for me is just one-dimensional, and yes, he did have a Olympic and amateur pedigree. But at the end of the day, I think that Jaron Ennis also had that type of amateur pedigree and stuff like that. Stay in the gym. You're not a knucklehead, doesn't get in trouble, is married to the game, don't have no kids, don't have the wifeys and stuff like that that's going to fog him from his purpose or deteriorate him from his purpose. And you know what I'm saying? This is the reason why you see Jaron Ennis in the form that you saw him last night. Now, the difference also that I knew that this was going to be very, very a great performance by Jaron Ennis is that Jaron Ennis, you know, he's an IBF champ, was an IBF unified champion, but an IBF champion that been fighting through the IBF rankings, and a lot of his fights, you know, in the televised fights, right, while he was climbing the ladder, especially when he's fighting the final elimination bouts and things of that nature, there was a rehydration clause with the IBF, the 10-pound rehydration clause, and this was going to be the first time that Jaron Ennis was really in a very, very long time that he's going to rejuvenate. He's going to eat whatever he want to eat right after the weigh-in, and he's going to look the way that he looked yesterday. He looked very strong. He looked rehydrated. He looked like he was ready to go. He looked like everything was working on all cylinders, everything in the mind, you know what I'm saying? Because rehydration is all about the brain, right? So everything was good for Jaron Ennis. And I know he was going to be a different type of fighter, a more dangerous fighter, and that's what he was last night out here in Atlantic City, New Jersey, versus Stanionis. Ain't it the Stanionis could do? I said it in the prediction. He could bring anything he want. He could fight on the inside and the outside. Jaron Ennis got layers to his game that he could adapt to any style that Stanionis was going to bring to the table. And a lot of people that was heavily critiquing Jaron Ennis with the Karen fight, I was not one of those guys that was heavily critiquing Jaron Ennis in the Karen fights, the first fight or the rematch. You know why? Because not everybody going to knock out everybody, right? Especially, I understand when we see a knockout artist, right? And he's coming up the ranks and he's knocking everybody else out. And then all of a sudden, he doesn't knock out an opponent. Everybody be, he got exposed, he got exposed, just like they did with Edgar Berlanga, just like they did with Keith Fontaine Thurman, just like they did with Earl Spence. What happened to one time? Now it's run time. What happened? What happened to man down? What happened to man down? You know what I'm saying? What happened to the power chill, what happened? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Jaron Ennis, what he showed in the Karen, the first fight and the second fight, is that what people should have analyzed was not that he was getting exposed by Karen, is Jaron Ennis got layers to his game. Meaning that Karen in the first fight was fighting on the outside, was on his back foot, was on his bike for most of the fight, but it was effective as well. I'm not going to say that he was running like another fighter that didn't want to engage. He was doing pretty good but he wasn't winning the rounds, but it was being competitive. He didn't give Jaron Ennis what he wanted. What Jaron Ennis wanted, because of course that was on the card of Gervonta Tank Davis in Washington D.C. There was a lot of people in Philly that were supporting. I was there. There was a lot of Jaron Ennis fans, the same 15,000 fans that go see him in the Wells Fargo's arena. The bunch of people that were supporting him in Atlantic City it was a lot of people out there in the Washington D.C. card with Gervonta Tank Davis for Hector Luis Garcia, right? And I think that he put a lot of pressure on himself to knock out Stanionis and make that type of statement. I'm not Stanionis, Karen, to make that type of statement, and probably was overzealous in that fight. Yet he was winning most of the rounds anyway. So then in the rematch of it, Karen showed in aggressive. He switched his style. He showed the opposite of what he showed in the first fight. And still Jaron Ennis knocked him down and still beat him in the same amount of rounds that he beat him in the first fight, which boxing pundits and media, independent media that was breaking down the fights was all criticizing his performance versus Cameron. But what they needed to say is, damn, Jaron Ennis could adapt to any style. Anything you bring to the table, he is going to adapt to it. He's going to make the type of adjustments, timely adjustments. And you know what? I'll box you. You're not going to win a round. He established the jab very, very well. Another criticism of Jaron Ennis that a lot of people were saying that I don't understand why they're so anal about this criticism. Maybe that this the only criticism they wanted to talk about, because that's the only thing that they saw that was the pros and cons. The con, Jaron Ennis was getting hit, yo. I mean, he looked perfect, but the only thing that he needs to work on is not getting hit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the sport of boxing. Everybody's gonna get hit. If you're looking for the perfect fighter, tune into something else. If you're looking for a perfect fighter, tune into something else. And when I'm talking about a perfect fighter, a fighter that's not gonna get hit, hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? He did everything good, but he did get hit a couple of times. What the hell you think you're watching? Everybody's going to get hit. I understand that people like to say that, yo, but boxing is the sweet science, is hit and not get hit. In my opinion, that's a myth. That's a myth, because you are going to get hit and not get hit. You're going to get hit, all right? You're going to get hit. See, but it's how we analyze how you get hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you an example of a dude drops or wobble a fighter, right? And then he gets up. He recovers, right? He goes into the next round, and he never get hit with that flush shot. That's an adjustment on defense. Now, if you getting hit with the same shot, you ain't making no type of adjustment. And we're saying, move your head, slip a damn punch, duck a damn punch, pull a damn punch, grab him, do something. If we see, then we be like, yo, this man is just subjected to just get hit with the same shot, have no type of IQ to get out the way and stuff like that. That's when you don't got a defense. But if y'all been following the channel, we've been covering Jaron Ennis since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the show box days. I remember Jaron Ennis because I follow the amateurs. Just like in 2015, the two national Golden Glove winners was Jaron Ennis in the welterweight division and TEOFIMO Lopez in the lightweight division. And this is why we're going to be talking about that now they're in the collision course. And they've been in the collision course ever since the amateurs. Jaron Ennis was always in the welterweight division before they really got into before they got into the pros. Remember, they hit pros in 2016. Before they hit into the pros, the best fighters in the country in the welterweight division was Jaron Ennis and TEOFIMO Lopez in the lightweight division. And now look at we at right now. Both these guys is 27 years old. The best welterweight is Jaron Ennis, and the guy, the 140-pound division, is TEOFIMO Lopez. They on the collision course, and we're going to be talking about why TEOFIMO Lopez and Jaron Ennis, in my opinion, is the fight to make. Now, look. There's a lot of these fights that's around the same age. Richardson is going to be fighting George Barboza. If he gets through him, you know what I'm saying, a unification bout in the 140-pound division, Brooklyn versus Brooklyn unification bout, Madison Square Garden, Barclays Center, TEOFIMO Lopez, Richardson Hitchens is real good, right? Devin Haney versus TEOFIMO Lopez, really good. Ryan Garcia versus Jaron Ennis, really good. Jaron Ennis versus TEOFIMO Lopez, very good. Ryan versus Tio Shakur, if you want to move up to the 140-pound division, and whoever's still there, good. Javante Davis versus, he's the one that's a little bit older than everybody else. He's the senior. These guys are the freshmen in high school, but the freshman, Javante Davis, shout out to Javante Davis, but Javante Davis is the guy in high school that gets all the props, but it's because he's the guy, he's the cool guy in high school that never goes to class. And these other guys is really good, and they do their thing. They go to class and stuff like that, but they don't think that they're actually as cool as Javante Davis. He's the cool dude. You know what I'm saying? The one that gets in trouble, the bad boy, but he don't go to class. He don't pass his class. He's in his 6th year in high school. You feel me? He reclasses. That's Javante Davis. If we was all in school, Boots, Tio, Shakur, Devin, Ryan, that's Javante Davis. He's the cool guy that's been a senior 6 years and stuff like that. But anyway, they've been on a collision course, right? And we're gonna be talking about why there's gonna be people out there that every time there's a great performance, everybody go back to, oh my God, nobody could beat Boots. just on Thursday, people's criticizing Boots because the way that he fought Karen. That's the way the boxing works. You know what I'm saying? People don't change their minds quick like it was back in the days, because, you know, back in the days, these guys used to fight like 5, 6, 7 times a year. So if there was a knockdown or they lost, they get it right back up in the next month, just like Hagler did. Hagler lost, he fought the next month. Julio Cesar Chavez, he lost, he fought freaking Randall right away. He right away the next month. So the after the year ends, you don't think about in January when he got dropped, when he got wobbled, when he lost and stuff like that, because they fought enough time to, you know what I'm saying, to adjust, and for that loss erases the mind of the people. You know what I'm saying? But Jaron Boots Ennis looked it spectacular, and is the reason. Jaron Boots Ennis and that type of performance is the reason why Terrence Bud Crawford ran away from the welterweight division. Oh yeah, I said it, damn it. Shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford, the 4th division world champion, 2 division undisputed. But you know what, man? I've been saying it. This is the reason why I'm not a huge fan of this Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford, because it gives Terrence Bud Crawford a pass. It gives Terrence Bud Crawford a pass not to fight the young, hungry lion entering in their prime. I don't like it. I think that Turki outshake is given. I think that Turki outshake now, see, especially with the performance with Jaron Boots Ennis. He saw the performance of Virgil Ortiz, and let's not forget that after the performance that Bud Crawford had with Madrimov, Turki outshake, the one with the bag, the 18-year, the Bacon Popular of boxing, said, "I would like to see the Virgil and Crawford." Now, this Boots versus Crawford. Imagine if Bud Crawford just would have stood in the 147 or 154 and he never would have got this damn fantasy fight, because I do believe that it's a tradition in the sport of boxing to have passing of the torch fight. At least the opportunity. This right here is the more that Virgil does his thing and the more that Jaron Boots Ennis just did his thing, it makes this Canelo versus Bud even more whack to me. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all see what I've been trying to say? You not Duck Boy. You understand what I've been trying to say all these months? Everybody be like, no, bro, you hating on, but no, I'm hating on the matchup because it shrinks. It gives an impression that this is the only thing we got to offer in the sport of boxing. That the best fight that we got to offer, because this is the way they're going to present it. They're going to present Canelo Alvarez, 4th division world champion, Bud Crawford, the best fight, the pound for pound. This is the best that America has to offer. No, it's not. That's a mismatch. That is a mismatch. That's not the best. And then the casual is going to have this misconception that this is the main fight for boxing. It's not. That's one of the biggest mismatch in the sport of boxing. If a lot of people wanted to call Canelo Alvarez a cherry pick, this is the biggest cherry pick of Canelo Alvarez's career, after we saw what he did to the likes of Amir Khan moving up. To see that there was not really a challenge for Canelo Alvarez when Jamel Charlo, the undisputed 154-pound division champion, couldn't match the power, even the size. They didn't do nothing for Canelo Alvarez. So what we think this Bud Crawford going to do? Nothing. But you know what? A Bud Crawford versus Boots Ennis right now would have been the talk of the town. It would have been the talk. I think with this performance right here, Bud Crawford would have got the most pressure to fight Boots Ennis than even Earl Spence. You know why? Because Earl Spence, we knew, was not coming into the fight with Terrence Bud Crawford the way that Boots Ennis and the hype and the performance coming into the fight with Bud Crawford. Earl Spence layoff. Earl Spence had another car accident. Earl Spence before that had an eye injury. Nah, it's just too much handicap shit going on. Yeah, he beat Ugas, but let me tell you like this, man. Let me tell you how mentally not all the way Earl Spence was been there. Yeah, he beat Ugas and that fogged the people. But let's not forget what happened in that fight. Earl Spence got hit with a shot. He stopped. Look down. He almost did what Gervonta Tank Davis did, but he stood his ground. He stopped. He looked down. You know why? Because he thought his whole teeth fell out because of the first car accident. That's a guy that's still not mentally 100% there. His physical overwhelm, Dennis Ugas, and Dennis Ugas didn't have the killer instinct to take advantage of what Jaron Boots Ennis did. What Earl Spence did in that fight when he got hit with a shot. Look down because he thought that his whole grill has fallen off because of the. That's when you know that his mindset was not 100% still, even with Ugas. It's just that he broke Ugas' orbital bone. Luckily, it was physical that beat him, but mentally, no, he's not there. So with Jaron Boots, and it was good low nose boxing in the building. Let me get this. No pass on the super chat. Tio needs to go fight Hitchens, Subriel, and Antoine. I mean, those are great fights as well. We don't take it away from the equation. But ladies and gentlemen, you cannot take away Lineal versus Lineal. Dare to be great. Both lined up. The 2015 National Golden Glove. Jaron Boots Ennis and TEOFIMO Lopez. Jaron Boots Ennis in the welterweight division and the lightweight division, TEOFIMO Lopez. These guys are the same age. They are in the collision course. They've been there. Now it's Lineal versus Lineal. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, my brother, but ain't nothing big, ain't nothing better than that. And then we're talking about the two best showmen in the sport of boxing. Look at the way that Jaron Boots Ennis move. When TEOFIMO Lopez is clicking on all cylinders, look at the way that he move. Hey, yo, ladies, man, this is good, baby. This is too good, in my opinion. But all these fights are good. All these fights, Gary Antoine Russell, his performance, Gary Antoine Russell, that remember I did the video ago, remember, and Gary Antoine Russell been beating Jaron Boots Ennis in the amateurs. That's the kryptonite. Gary Antoine Russell was the kryptonite to Jaron Boots Ennis. He moves up to the 147-pound division, and boom, we got a storyline. Just like a lot of people want to see Keyshawn Davis versus Andy Cruz. Why do people want to see Keyshawn Davis versus Andy Cruz? Because of the amateurs, right? Well, guess what? Gary Antoine Russell moving up to the 147-pound division to face Jaron Boots Ennis because of the amateurs. Let's keep that same energy. It's good. It's a good storyline. It's a good storyline, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good storyline. So he said, yeah, Boots will sleep. Yeah, we never seen TEOFIMO Lopez sleep. It sound good. I understand it. It sound good now because Jaron Boots Ennis did his thing yesterday. No, ladies and gentlemen, TEOFIMO Lopez ain't going to sleep. Jaron Boots Ennis ain't going to sleep. This is going to be a great fight. T.O. versus Boots is a great fight. Get the hate out the way. If you ain't see nobody get slept, don't analyze that they going to get slept. If you ain't seen nobody get wobbled, don't say that, oh my God, this guy gonna get wobbled. Hey, yo, let me say like this about Jaron Boots Ennis. Another criticism that I don't agree with that most of the people did have. Let's go back to Jaron Boots Ennis was getting hit. Jaron Boots Ennis is getting hit. Jaron Boots Ennis got a mother effing chin. That's what we need to say. Because I've been doing, look, ladies and gentlemen, look. If y'all new to the channel, y'all know. In this community, I was the first one talking about Jaron Boots Ennis. Even Jaron Boots Ennis, I was the first one that was interviewing Jaron Boots Ennis in this community. And shout out to Jaron Boots Ennis and Bozy Ennis. They was like, yo, we need to, as a matter of fact, his pop's like, yeah, it was good to do these interviews because when he gets, it's almost going to help him that when he gets to the top, when he gets to where he's at right now, he'll be comfortable talking. Look, come on, man. Let's bring receipts out. Let's bring receipts out. Let's bring receipts out. Hold on. Let me show you receipts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's show receipts. Punch got receipts. Punch got receipts. Punch got receipts. Hold on. I tell you, man. You think this is just the beginning? This ain't just the beginning. What it says right here, ladies and gentlemen. What it says right there, ladies and gentlemen. Who that? Who that? Jaron Boots Ennis, future welterweight king. What's the date? What's the date? Let's look another one. Let's look another one, though. When the people got mad at your boy Punch Run Boxing. When people got mad at your boy Punch Run Boxing. When people got mad, who's that? Jaron Boots Ennis, the next Roy Jones Jr. Who that? What's the date? Where we at? Hey, yo, put it this way. Put it this way, ladies. I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a sec. Give me a shit. Hold on. Give me a shit. Where we at live? Okay. All right. Give me a shit. Huh? Who's doing live commentaries? I know nobody was doing no live commentaries back then with Jaron Ennis. Oh, y'all catching on now? Huh? What's the date? How many people was watching? Hold on, let's see how many people was watching. Look. Nobody cared around that time. Nobody look. Look how many views. How many views? Look. 167. We've been talking about Boots since day one. We know what Boots was all about. Y'all ain't surprised. Y'all surprised now. Y'all catching on now. Your boy, Mr. Moonshine, man. We've been talking about this. Hold on. I got more. Hold on. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like. Oh, and I got you right here. Look. Hold on. And we got man video. He got a lot of work. Hold on. Look at this one. What about this one? Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence will be outsmarted by Jaron Ennis. Look at the date. Come on now. Hold on now. Hold on. Earl Spence. Rip. Tombstone. Fans, direct your energy to Virgil Ortiz and Boots. What's the date? Come on now. Hold on. Got you right here. I was telling the people, forget about the other. Virgil Ortiz. TEOFIMO. Jaron Ennis. Should have our undivided attention 2020. The beginning of the year. Let's start by forget about these other guys. Come on now. We gave one hell of a performance, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Jaron Ennis, right? But what's going to be next? Oh, let me go back with the chin. Jaron Ennis was getting hit. Yo, man. In this live, I've been talking about that Jaron Ennis was getting hit, right? And that's why yesterday what I tweeted. Hold on. If you look at my live, look. This how long ago that my son is going to go to college, and look how young was my son here. Hold on. This how long. Yo, time flies. Give me a shot. No. Ennis. This how. Yeah, that's a fight I want to see. ¿Por dónde está este live? Coño. Give me a sec. Espera, why not showing up? Coño. Ahí. Míralo ahí. Give me a sec. Coño, esto ads. Boots beer padding took them punch as well. That's what it is. No. Is that he takes the punch as well. Is that he could take a punch. We seen him get, look. Esto ads, man. Sometimes get me tight. My son is just as tall as me now. That's how low. Look at that. Talking about Boots. And since then, even in that live, I'm like, yo, Jaron Ennis does get hit. Jaron Ennis is subjected to the right hand. You know what I'm saying? But how he started the fight yesterday, orthodox, right? But anyway, what I've noticed since then is that, yeah, Jaron Boots Ennis could get hit. But why does he get hit? Ladies and gentlemen, every offensive fighter in the sport of boxing gets hit. Ladies and gentlemen, when Pretty Boy Floyd was Pretty Boy, when Floyd Mayweather was Pretty Boy Floyd, he got hit. He got staggered. He got wobbled. Go back to that Chop Courtney fight. When you are an offensive fighter and you are a high volume puncher like Jaron Boots Ennis, you're subjected to get hit. So I don't mind if he gets hit. Just like Manny Pacquiao. How many punches he threw a fight? 1,000? What, you think that when he's throwing them punches, he's not open, subjected to get hit? But Jaron Boots Ennis is skillful enough. Got all the attributes in the world, athletic enough, the twitch muscle. He does things that other fighters can't afford to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yo, but he drops his left. Yo, but he dropped his left hand and his right hand and stuff like that. Yeah, but then he will sneak you with the uppercut, boom, boom, and hit you to the body because he's fast. He could do that. You can't teach that in the gym. Just like, oh, how many times did we hear? Well, Ryan Garcia got his head straight. You know what I'm saying? Head up, and he always keep his left hand low. But then how he caught Luke Campbell. Thought he was gonna come up top, right? Thought he was gonna come up top and boom, hit him to the body. When you got natural speed, things that you can't teach, certain fighters could do that. Roy Jones Jr. was breaking all the rules in terms of technique. But because of his special attributes and freak of nature, God-given ability, the twitch muscle, the speed and power, like T.O., like a Gervonta Tank Davis, like a Jaron Boots Ennis, just like a Roy Jones, they come from that tree. Prince Nassim, they come from that tree. The Sugar Ray Leonard tree, the Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones Jr., the Jaron Boots Ennis, Teofimo Lopez, the Prince Nassim, that has a tree. Now we talking about the tree of Floyd Mayweather. We got Floyd Mayweather, we got Shakur Stevenson, the Audrey Wards of the world, the Bernard Hopkins of the world. You know what I'm saying? Those are the trees right there. See, they especially the Money Man. No, when Pretty Boy was Pretty Boy, he was in the mixture of Roy Jones Jr. and you know what I'm saying, he was in the mixture of that as well. He could have done it, but then when he got older and he became a pure defensive fighter primarily. Let's not defensive fighter, because fighters don't like when people call just a defensive fighter, because in the end of the day, you got to defend yourself at all times. What I'm talking about is Boots got defense, but he takes risks. Shakur Stevenson got defense, but he don't take the risk that old Boots would take, that what T.O. would take, that a Gervonta Tank Davis will take. You know what I'm saying? They trust in their speed and power that they could sit on their punches, have their hand down, do some incredible shit that hit you with shit that you can't see, and then have confidence enough to bring it back, cover their grill, or rely on reflexes. You can't rely on your reflexes too much as you grow older, like a Roy Jones Jr., right? He relied a lot on his reflex. You got older, and that little second of reflex does not work. You get clipped. You know what I'm saying? But they're young right now. I don't got to worry about that right now with Boots. But what I see in Boots is he could get hit. He could take a flush shot. I saw with that live. We saw with Sergey Lipinets. We saw with Karen. We saw he could take a hit. He ain't getting wobbled. So it's almost a credit that we give Danny Silva Garcia, another fellow Philly fighter, right? How do we know that Danny Silva Garcia got one of the best chins of the generation? Because we seen him get hit, and we seen him get hit flush with power punchers. We seen him get hit with Keith from Tom Thurman. He ain't go down. We seen him get hit by Zab Judah. We seen him Herrera. We seen the Mir Khans. We seen the Luca Matises. We seen him Peterson. We seen him get hit with punchers. The same way we say that Canelo Alvarez, the guy that I think that got the best chin in the history of the sport of boxing, he got hit by Triple G. He got hit by Kovalev. He got hit by Daniel Jacobs. He got hit. And but they got to get hit for us to say, damn, he got a chin. Spider con los 5 pesos a comprar pizza con Coca-Cola. Gracias de lo mío. Diablo, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? We also seen Danny quit on the man. Danny, that's his retirement, bro. Just like Baxing Guru, just like everybody else in the when they about to retire. How you think Mike Tyson retired with McBride? Huh? Come on, man. You never seen Danny Silva Garcia quit in his prime. Eso ya que ya tiene su business, ya ese tigre está married with kids and has his business. He don't need boxing. He's doing he's halfway in, halfway out, man. That's not a quit. That's mean ya yo estoy I'm retired. Quitting and retire is a whole different type of shit. In my opinion. But how do we know that Danny Silva Garcia got a chin? Because he got hit. But it's how he takes the hits. Pause. Jaron Bruce Ennis got a mother effing chin. And as much of the skills that Jaron Bruce Ennis got, you know what's going to take Jaron Bruce Ennis to the middleweight division is his chin. Just like Canelo Alvarez's chin is what took him to the 175-pound division. It's not only the skills and talent, but when you match the skills and talent, the technique, the attributes, the power, the speed, the twitch muscle, the footwork, the reflexes, and you got a chin, my lord, Jaron Bruce Ennis. And there's gonna be people out there, bro. He ain't getting hit with power hitters and stuff like that. I've seen him get hit enough that I know he ain't gonna go out easy. No. It's almost like Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz get hit. But what happens when Virgil Ortiz get hit? What does he do after that? Go hit Virgil Ortiz. As a matter of fact, hit Virgil Ortiz with the best shot that you got. Virgil Ortiz come at you like a man possessed. He did that with Mean Machine. He did that with Boachuk. Hit Virgil Ortiz with your best shot. It looked like he goes to another Virgil Ortiz go to a whole nother level. Like, you should have never done that. You should have pity pat your way to victory. Almost like that. There's some fighters that getting hit. Look at Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao gets hit and he goes like that. Come on, and he punches his head. Ese tigre loco. Huh? And as conservative and calm and a demeanor that Jaron Bruce Ennis does got. He's a killer in that ring. As soft-spoken, quiet demeanor that Bruce Ennis got in that ring, you see there's a switch. There's a switch with Jaron Bruce Ennis. Jack Virgil Ortiz, he has his guitar. Oh yeah, I'm a good fighter and stuff like that. But when they in that ring, it como you violated a female of their family. Go check out that second round again and let me know if he got a chin. Check the second round again with Sergey Lipinyan. Sergey Lipinyan hit him with a left hook. Boom! And see, in the middle of the ring, this is why coaches say always keep the work in the middle of the ring because you don't want the judges to be compromised. Stanionis landed a left hook. Boom! That twitch, man. As a matter of fact, man, hey, Bruce Ennis saw the people in the back like that. Boom! Then Stanionis hit him with a right. Boom! Boom, boom, boom. Ese tigre un monstruo ahí, memito, ya. Lo vi, es un monstruo. I say, he monster right there. Go watch that second round again. That's when Stanionis, look, I'm going to say it like this. What's the moralizing more? When you get hit or when you see or you hit somebody with your best shot and the dude don't go nowhere. And so when I was talking, remember we was talking to the Mise Andre? And the Mise Andre was trying and was telling how it was with David Benavidez in the ring. And he said, man, I hit David Benavidez with my best shot. I hit him with combination. I hit him with an uppercut in the inside that his head snapped back. And all he did was laugh at me. Ya, tu perdiste. Ya. Shout out to my brother, the Mise Andre. But even the Mise Andre, so right after the fight, the Mise Andre said, yo, my man, he don't feel nothing my punches, bro. The more that I hit, it's like the more that I hit him, this motherfucker, like for real, like shit. I should have held back to the championship round. He said, man, I hit this guy so much that it feels like my fist just went into his body, but it ain't do no effect. He got a chin. Jaron Bruce Ennis got a chin. Don't let these other people in this boxing community fool you. Don't let these little analysts, little pundits that send all these YouTube channels right now that couldn't find nothing that couldn't find nothing negative. Jaron Ennis was perfect yesterday. Perfect score. A+, no A-. A+. Honor roll. 4.0. Perfect. Oh, he did good, but he just got hit. Ay, but tú quieres algo perfect, eh? Ay, mira esta gente en boxeo. Look at him. You want perfection, huh? Or you want Jaron Ennis to connect on 1,000 punches and get hit with no punches? Huh? That's not boxing. I'm sorry. This myth of hit and not get hit is not real in boxing. That's not, it's fake. It is fake. You know when people say hit and not get hit? But it's when they say hit and not get hit. It's when they say it. It's not, of course, defend yourself at all times. You don't go out there trying to get hit. But it is a myth. The sweet science is hit and not get hit. You're going to get hit. You're going to get hit. But don't give me this hit and not get hit myth. It's a myth to me. It's a myth to me. Hit and not get hit. Huh? Come on, man. Hit and I get hit. That's like me fucking a chick and she don't fall in love. Yeah. It ain't gonna happen. You're gonna get hit in the sport of boxing. Just like a chick when you leather I see. She gonna say, I love you, baby. I love you, Punch. Punchy. You know when you meet girls and stuff like that, they be like, I don't fall in love and stuff like that. I ain't looking for love and shit. I was heartbroken and stuff like that. I ain't looking for love. And then tú le das, yakety. Chick falls in love in a week. She fell in love in a weekend. 1 weekend with your ass, she fell in love. Hey, yo, fellas, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about, huh? Y'all know what I'm talking about, huh, fellas? Shit. Sometimes, hey, yo, fellas, if you know if you that dude that you a top dog. You know that you a pound for pound stroker. If you know that, I'm not talking about the dudes that be lying on their game. You know when you know, man, this chick. Sometimes you hold yourself back because you be like, damn, she gonna fall in love. I ain't even gonna do the foreplay stuff. Let me just, right? Sometimes you feel it like when a chick is about to fall in love and you gotta hold yourself back because if I give her every si se lo doy, ay. You know when you go dating, they be like, if whatever happens, like como they're not looking for a relationship, right? But whatever happens. I'm not looking for a relationship, but we'll see, right? You know the we'll see, like como I'm not looking for it, no. But if you spend that night, that's how I relate boxing when people say hit and not get hit. BK in the building, what's good, man? That's what I relate to hit and not. What you talking about hit and not get hit? This is boxing. Everybody gets hit. The best defensive fighter gets hit. Willie Pep gets hit. Mayweather got hit. Mayweather got stung by Manny Pacquiao. Mayweather got stunned by Shane Mosley. Mayweather got hit by Castillo. Mayweather got hit by Maidana. Mayweather got hit. Chavez got hit. Roberto Duran was known for good defense. He got hit. But Mike Tyson was known for the peekaboo style. He slid punch. Yes, he got hit even in his prime. He got hit with a jab. He got hit. But it's how you took those punches. Chavez got hit. Chavez got a chin. Triple G got hit. Triple G got a chin. Hagler got hit. Hearn, everybody gets hit. Hit and not get hit. Man, we in a fight. We both gonna hit each other. It's who could sustain, who got that threshold of pain, who could tolerate that pain tolerance. Who has it more? Right? There's some people that get hit with a body shot. Take a knee. Keith Thurman got hit with a body shot. Takes his mouthpiece off so he could breathe. So he fakes. Look, it's a difference. And then what they said about Keith when Tom Thurman throughout his career. Yo, Keith Thurman is weak to the body, yo. Keith Thurman's, man, Keith ain't no weak to the body. Because he don't go down. He don't go down. He didn't curl up. Never curled up. Never went down. Man, he takes the mouthpiece off. He did it twice, too, in 2 fights. Block like that. Manny Pacquiao was gunning for him. Block him. Put his mouthpiece back on. Watch that 10th round, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the whole 10th round of Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman and slow it down. Don't be a fan. Study what you saw. Study it. Keith Thurman get hit with a body shot. Oh, take his mouthpiece off. Back him up. All right. Manny Pacquiao trying to get him. Keith Thurman puts his mouthpiece back on. Takes it to the middle of the ring. Connects a right. Connects a left. Pushes Manny Pacquiao. People forget about that round. That shit that's what you call, yo, this man ain't curling up. He could take your best shot. And when that's the scary part, is when you could take your best shot and you like, y vamos a pelear, coño. Ahora vamos a pelear. Huh? The only one that didn't work for, who was it? Was it Mayorga con Cotto? It was Mayorga con Cotto, right? It was when he was like, vamos, he was hitting himself. That shit ain't work for Mayorga. But when you see a guy like that and you punch him and Mayorga was funny, bro. Yo, Mayorga be like, come on, hit me. Yo, I miss Mayorga, bro. See, that's the thing in the sport of boxing. Like, not everybody got to be the same. Not everybody that would be whack if everybody's the same. That's why I don't understand. Yesterday, it should just be all praises. What is the criticism? What are you looking for? Like, in my opinion, Jaron Ennis' performance is an A+. It should have never been naughty. Why people gotta add in it was great. But the only thing is that he got shut the fuck up, bro. That was perfect performance. It's because people just gotta be a little negative. They gotta insert that little negativity in it. Huh? Right? That's like if you you got your girl, or you live with your girl, you got a wife and you work. You bust your ass, you know what I'm saying? You work, do overtime, to take care of the kids, help around in the house, F you real good, make you laugh, take you out. Huh? And then they'd be like, you know what? Honey, you sleep too long. Ay, mira, mujer. Right? The only thing is that Boots got hit. No, porque Jaron Ennis is not in a fight. No, he has to be perfect. Come on, it's a fight. I don't want to. Yo, I'm telling you, I've been telling y'all since. I remember I said 2023. I'm gonna expose all this fake narrative, all these. This boxing community has become so bougie, bro. So bougie. Oh my God. I mean, look, Jaron Ennis did pretty well. I mean, he did great. He did good, but he just got hit a little bit too much for my liking. I mean, he got hit. How many times did he get hit? Like 4 flush shots. That's it. I mean, I think that he just got hit, and I think that he should get better at that. What you mean, get better in that? Get better in the sense that he's never gonna get hit. Mira, esta gente son locos aquí en boxeo. Son locos. Like what? They say Jaron Ennis, no, he just gotta get better in. Okay, how better do you want Jaron Ennis to look like yesterday? How much better? How much better do you want him after that performance? No. The only thing that he got hit. Ay, Dios mío. Wow. La gente, it's true, bro. The people are never satisfied, man. The people are never satisfied. Ay, mira. That's like Hearns, you see, back in the days, the best round in boxing. Mira, look how the people changed. The era, the generation of boxing fans changed, right? The best round in the history of boxing, Hagler versus Hearns, the first round, right? Oh, no, you know what it is? Hagler got hit too much. Even though the Hagler knocked out Hearns in 3 rounds. In 3 rounds. One of the best fights in the history of the sport of boxing. Only lasted 3 rounds. One of the best fights that a lot of people, when I be like, hey, yo, what is one of the greatest fights that you've seen? Yo, I remember I did this last year. I did it live. And a lot of people was like, Hearn Hagler. And I said, and I just said the Hearn and Hagler. I wanted the people to say Hearn and Hagler. You know why? To expose how the boxing fans was from the past and was now. See, a lot of these boxing fans today be like, I want boxing to get back to what it used to be. No, it's not the fighters that change. It's the fans. How they look at boxing change as well. Because that fight lasted 3 mother effing rounds. And the best round that people like to say, the first round, is one of the best rounds in the history of the sport of boxing. Guess what? They both was getting hit. What you gonna tell me? You know what, man? Hagler, he beat the crap out of Hearns, bro. The only thing with Hagler is, man, you know, he just got hit. But you're never gonna see the best fight? Porque tú quieres ver perfection, eh? Tú quieres ver perfection? How I know what this man could take? Pause. If I don't see him go through adversity or see the how he handles, how he tolerates pain, that's all and that's incorporated of how you look how great a fighter is. You want to know that if your fighter gets dropped, he could get right back up. You want to know if he gets hit with the best shot, does he quit? Does he say no mas? Does he rise to the occasion? I want to see that. It seems like we don't want that no more. We want perfect. Now, I think Jaron Ennis was good, but, you know, he get hit too much for my liking. He got hit too much. I don't know. He got hit with the left hook and right. I don't feel like he's anything special. Just be satisfied with the day. Castillo Corrales, right? Right? Thank you, BK. Today, you know what we say? Corrales don't got no chin. If that fight was today, oh no, Corrales got no chin. He got exposed. Corrales and Castillo won't even get props today. Major props in boxing. We'll be like, oh, you saw how many times he got dropped? And he took his mouthpiece. He cheated. Today, if that fight was today, Castillo, Corrales, today's boxing fan on the YouTube will be like, oh, man, Castillo got exposed. And you know what? The referee should have disqualified Corrales because he was dropping the mouth guard purposely. He should have been disqualified. Corrales he got exposed. He don't got no chin. That's almost like, even, let's say we're talking about the potential fight where like TEOFIMO Lopez and Boots Ennis, right? And people always bring up the but T.O. lost to Cambosa, right? And that's the way to dig at T.O., at his dad, at his fans, at his supporters. But look what George Cambosa did. Yeah, but you don't even forget the championship rounds. I thought when you win the championship rounds, the fans love it, just like a lot of people were saying about Oscar de la Hoya and Tito Trinidad. That Tito Trinidad took it to Oscar de la Hoya and tried to win the championship rounds, and that's the reason he won the fight. Why the F do we always say championship rounds for? We as fans are built, are molded and geared to say that the guy, and when it's a close fight and the guy that wins those championship rounds, we be like, he won it more, or he didn't take it from the champion. But no. When it comes to TEOFIMO Lopez, because in the championship round, TEOFIMO Lopez knocked down George Cambosa, but that's not the highlight that people want to play. People want to play the first round, but people don't want to play the highlight when Teofimo Lopez dropped George Kambosos. And that's the championship rounds. Isn't that? And he's the champion. Why the narrative is not, no, he got to take it from the champion. Where's the narrative there? Oh, it's because the narrative only works and you cater to certain narratives depending on the fighter that you want. I get it. But this is what I mean, that the boxing fans changed. The boxing fans changed. Devin Haney. Yo, Devin Haney. Man, he'll run. Man, he's boring. Devin Haney got one of the biggest balls in the sport of boxing. Pause. Got one of the biggest cojones in the sport of boxing. Because as much as, yes, I feel like Ryan Garcia did beat Devin the Dream Haney. Yes. But you can't take away that Devin Haney, every time he got dropped, he got right back up. And another fighter probably would have quit. Another corner probably would have thrown in the towel and quit. Devin Haney showed cojones in that fight with Ryan Garcia. The only thing that had fogged his warrior spirit is them suing. That's what has erased his warrior spirit. That's why people say, oh, man, you, come on, man, act like a bitch or y'all weak. But what Devin Haney showed in that fight is that you're going to have to kill him to beat him. See, I know now that's Devin Haney because of that fight. That's the I don't know if that's the positive, but in my opinion, that's the respect right there. It doesn't matter who he's in the ring with. You're going to have to kill Devin Haney for him to stay down. He has to be unconsciously done, blacked out. And that's not a debate. That is not a debate. Devin Haney got one of the biggest cojones in the sport of boxing. One of the biggest cojones in the sport of boxing. And probably the reason why boxing is not growing like that is because we heavily criticize the little things, and where the little things also should be highlighted as a big thing. Pause. Didn't sound good. The little and the big thing should be highlighted, but what you understand what I'm trying to say? We should be talking about how Devin Haney, warrior spirit in that ring, regardless how people may feel outside of the ring, but in that ring, all this narrative, whack-ass narrative, how people analyze it. Keith Thurman is weak to the body. Keith Thurman is a monster going to the body. Sean Porter, Sean Porter, Luis Collazo, Corraz, Diego Chavez, Manny Pacquiao, y'all could all hurt this guy to the body. He ain't going down. He takes your best shot. He takes your best shot. And every time that Keith Thurman took a best shot, whether it was Luis Collazo, what he did after that round, won that round and then retired Luis Collazo. What happened to the 11th round of Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman? Keith Thurman won the 11th round. What happened to the it was the 9th round that Sean Porter made him got him to the body. What? Keith Thurman won the next round. Meaning, people just is a different warrior. Virgil Ortiz, Mean Machine, huh? Mean Machine caught him. What did Virgil Ortiz did after that? So now, what's next? Who do you want Jaron Boots Ennis to fight next? Now, let's not forget, as much as I do want to see a unification bout with Brian Oman Jr., I do want to see the Mario Barrios fight unification bout. I do want to see the Virgil Jaron Boots Ennis moving up to the 154-pound division and fight Virgil Ortiz. Because that's a fight that we've been talking about for quite a long time. When we were talking about the elite fighters in the welterweight division, and we're talking about the next one up, we were talking about Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis. But the lineal versus lineal. Now, the fight with Teofimo Lopez and Jaron Boots Ennis is the same fight. I'm not just me that want that fight. It's just not me that want that fight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not forget that the other person, an important person in the sport of boxing want that fight. Let's not forget what Turki Al-Sheikh said. Turki Al-Sheikh has declared that he wants to make Teofimo Lopez versus Jaron Boots Ennis in October. on the same card as Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney rematch. He would then like to watch the winners and the losers against each other in February 2026. As much as people want to talk about a Brian Norman, that's not what Turki wants. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, you know why we're not getting David Benavidez versus Bivol? Because that's not what Turki wants. You know why we're not getting David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez? Because that's not what Turki wants. You know why we're not getting Bud Crawford versus Boots or Bud Crawford versus Tim Tszyu or Jamel Charlo? Because right now that's not what he wants. People are sacrificing for what Turki wants and what he's willing to pay for. And what did Eddie Hearn said in the post-fight interview, post-fight press conference? He said, we're going for the money. Now is the money. But let's also not forget that Teofimo Lopez, the two-time lineal champion, the commander-in-chief, the leader of the generation, the man that got the best resume of this young generation, the 2015 National Golden Glove alongside with Bruce Ennis, the beating in 135-pound division. The best at the 135-pound division had to offer was Vasily Lomachenko. The best at the 140-pound division that the 140-pound division had to offer was Josh Taylor. And now he's moving up after this Arnold Barboza. If he is victorious to fight the lineal champion at 147, that is what Teofimo Lopez is all about. Whether you like it, whether you hate him, whether you hate his daddy and the way that they talk, that you cannot say anything about the pursuit of greatness when it comes to Teofimo Lopez. The fight is the lineal versus lineal, pound for pound versus pound for pound, prime versus prime. Teofimo Lopez versus Jaron Boots Ennis. Oh yeah, and let's not forget that the reason why Teofimo Lopez is fighting Arnold Barboza is because Jaron Boots Ennis avoided the fight with Teofimo Lopez. Let's not forget. Let's take it back to memories lane. Sometimes, we move fast in the world, but let's take it back to memories lane.
Jaron and Teofimo.
Yeah, that's the offer. The offer is to do it on ESPN pay-per-view and DAZN pay-per-view.
What's needed to get that fight over the line? Is it good on your guys' end and it's up to Ennis and his team, or is there still some room there on both sides?
No, we're all set. It's up to the opponent and his people.
Y'all don't know. I took a pay cut for this fight too.
Boots
I
gave
took less money for this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget that Teofimo Lopez put it all an offer on the table for Jaron Boots Ennis, in which Eddie Hearn clarified, Bob Arum clarified, and yesterday Jaron Boots Ennis said, I took a pay cut for this fight. Man, if I see somebody in front of me and say that Teofimo Lopez was capping around Jaron, like, cuando una galleta si me mito, oíste? No liar over here, no liar, all right? You keep it real, you boxing content creators. I want you to play these same videos, These same videos. I don't want to hear, oh no, he was bluffing. He was capping. No, ain't no capping. You're telling me that Eddie Hearn is capping, Boots is capping, and fucking Bobby Arim is capping. Everybody capping for your entertainment purposes, for your little bragging rights in YouTube. El dedo por el culo. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen.
Jaron and Teofimo.
Yeah, that's the offer. The offer is to do it on ESPN pay-per-view and DAZN pay-per-view.
What's needed to get that fight over the line? Is it good on your guys' end and it's up to Ennis and his team, or is there still some room there on both sides?
No, we're all set. It's up to the opponent and his people.
Yeah, y'all don't know. I took a pay cut for this fight too.
Boots
I took
gave
less money for this fight.
gave.
Jaron and TEOFIMO.
Yeah, that's the offer. You know, the offer is to do it on ESPN pay-per-view and DAZN pay-per-view.
What's needed to get that fight over the line? Is it good on your guys' end and it's up to Ennis and his team, or is there still some room there on both sides?
No, we're all set. It's up to the opponent and his people.
Y'all don't know. I took a pay cut for this fight too.
Boots
I took
gave
less money for this fight.
gave.
Vamos a ver lo que están diciendo la gente. Vamos a ver lo que está diciendo la gente. La gente. Pump the brakes. Teo still got to win. I know Teo got to win. And ladies and gentlemen, Teo got to win. Hey, yo, Teo has to give us the Boots and his performance versus Stanionis. Teofimo Lopez, it's time to put that narrative to bed. That Teofimo Lopez performs to the level of his competition. No. Teofimo Lopez, the stage is set for you to let the whole world know who the hell you are. The takeover. That's it. The next fight is Boots Ennis. That's what Turki Out Shake wants. That's what the plans wants. That was the offer. I'm going to tell you right now, Teofimo Lopez does his thing versus Barboza, and he looked just as spectacular. He's looking at his sparring session. Oh, we're talking about the best showmans in the sport of boxing. We're talking about the best showmanship in the sport of boxing. And the Boots Ennis knows Teofimo Lopez very well. And also Teofimo Lopez team knows. Hold on. Let me put it right here. Hold on. Let me put it right here. Give me a second. The Teofimo Lopez knows Jaron Boots Ennis very, very well. This how, hold on. Let me take it back to memories name, folks. Hold on. Give me a sec. Let me upload this. Oh, no. Yeah, upload. No, I didn't save it. Hold on. Let's see what Teofimo Lopez Sr. had to say when I asked him.
Champion, fucking become like 5-time Linux champion, 6-time Linux champion. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I mentioned the boots, because y'all right around this year y'all could be
we know we want that motherfucker. We want Boots. I got nothing against Boots. But he's the motherfucking guy that everybody's saying that nobody could beat him. That's the guy we want.
That's the guy Teofimo Lopez teams want next. They already sent the offer. They already sent the contract before Jaron Boots Ennis says, I want a unification bout. And even Eddie Hearn, in that same interview that we just showed you, the clip, said that that's the biggest fight. The biggest fight is Teofimo Lopez and Jaron Boots Ennis. That's the most lucrative fight. Now it's time for Teofimo Lopez to do what he does best at the highest level. If Teofimo Lopez steals the show, Fatal Fury, Times Square, New York City, the world of boxing is going to be talking about Boots and Teofimo Lopez. And little by little, you could feel it now in boxing. People are pushing Gervonta Tank Davis aside. Okay, see, at least these guys are going for the gusto. They got legacy. Look at Jaron Ennis. Now he got a better legacy than Gervonta Tank Davis. And I'm a Gervonta Tank Davis. Oh, I'm a fan of Gervonta Tank Davis as well. But I'm telling you, all that money, you're gonna be forgotten if you do not accomplish a lucrative legacy. Gervonta Tank Davis, if he retires today he's forgotten in a year or two. He's forgotten. He will be nowhere in the history of boxing. Like, he's forgotten. His team, whoever team, they better get some type of legacy. Boost washes Bud with ease. That's why Bud dug past Nation. That's why Bud ran from a 154-pound division to face Madrimov. And then Turki Al-Sheikh he's in a Turki Al-Sheikh protection plan right now. Boots Ennis is in a Turki Al-Sheikh protection plan, locked up, put away in the snack lab. Oh, they hate yo. Yeah. All the skills and talent, he is protected. Just like a bunch of people saying, yo, PBC fighters is protected. Terrence Crawford is protected. He's going to be protected from these young, hungry lions coming after him. And that's why I don't like when people try to compare Bud Crawford to Floyd Mayweather. I don't like that. Don't compare. Yo, if anybody here try to compare Bud to Mayweather and say Mayweather and Bud, no, you blocked. Because I see at least Floyd Mayweather gave young hungry lions a chance. Young hungry lions a chance, huh? He gave Canelo Alvarez an opportunity. He gave Victor Ortiz, after Victor Ortiz beating Birdo, an opportunity. He gave young, hungry fighters a chance. He gave legends. He gave prime fighters, everybody. He gave everybody an opportunity. Canelo Alvarez giving young fighters a chance as well, except for David Benavidez. That's what we want, David Benavidez. But he did give Jaime Munguia a chance. He did give Edgar Berlanga a chance. Right? Oscar De La Hoya gave young, hungry lions a chance. Manny Pacquiao. Huh? Floyd Mayweather, he gave them a chance. Camacho gave Hoya a chance. Chavez gave Hoya a chance. Tito Trinidad gave Fernando Vargas a chance. Bud is GOAT. Bud is no GOAT. And GOAT in what? GOAT in what? Lord, GOAT in what? You disrespecting the legends of the game by saying that Bud is a GOAT in what? Because he beat Earl Spence? Man, please. Because he beat Earl Spence. The same guy that Bud said that Earl Spence ain't even a Hall of Famer. Look out of here, man. Bud Crawford better inject all the snackety snack in both buttocks. That's what they doing now. Put it in the lab. Victor Conter, put Bud Crawford in the lab. I have too much money. Bud Crawford seeming like, yo, we're going to need a tune-up. No tune-up. Because you almost fucked up the motherfucking bag when you face Madrimov. And I'm going to tell you like this. You got beaten. Bud Crawford, by Madrimov. But my money had to change everything. Why you think I've been walking around and telling the judges to put this score during the Charisse and Caras Adamas? Now I have to micromanage their judges because of fucking you. These motherfuckers are scared. They scared that Bud Crawford will lose. Bud Crawford's team probably begging. We need a tuna for Canelo. Turkey. We need a tuna for Canelo. Look how I look at him. I already spoke to Victor Conter. He would go to the lab. He would create their best cream in their fucking planet. You would be treated like a fucking puppet. Huh? Right? Now shut the fuck up. I'll see you in September. Yeah. That's what's happening. That's what I believe. I'll give a damn what nobody said. That's what I believe. That's what I believe right now is happening. Because we all know we are all hardcore boxing fans. We all know that this man needs a damn tune-up to get a Canelo Alvarez. After looking like that with Madrimov and moving up, Turki Outshake is protecting whatever bet or gambling thing that Turki Outshake may have. He's protecting that. Because this is a stupid move, in my opinion. It's a stupid move. But damn, it would have been good right now, man. Now the push for Bud and Boots. Now we can't even talk about it. See, that's why I'm telling you. That's why I don't give a damn what anybody say about. Yo, this guy Punch Drunk Boxing be hating on the best fight Canelo and Bud. Yeah, I'm hating on it, bro. I never hated on any other matchup like this. I don't even hate on Jake Paul versus Canelo Alvarez. I'd rather see Jake Paul versus Canelo Alvarez than Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. I'd rather see it. I don't know. That's just me. I just want to, because I want to see Bud and Virgil. I want to see Bud and Boots. I want to see Bud and Charlo. I feel that there is certain fights that could enhance his legacy, but is the fight. I know is realistic. I know it'll be competitive. I know is the right fight. See, it's the right fights. I want to see the right fights. Not just the paper fight. I want to see the right fights. What are the right fights? Right? The right fights. The right fight in the lightweight division is Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson versus Vasily Lomachenko. Keyshawn Davis versus Gervonta Tank Davis. A rematch with Lamar Roach and Gervonta Tank. Those are the right fights. Those are the right fights. In 140-pound division, Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza is the right fight because Arnold Barboza did fought to be in the position to be the right mandatory. See, there's a lot of mandatories and they haven't done nothing. Arnold Barboza beat Jack Catterall. Arnold Barboza beat Jose Ramirez. That motherfucker deserves a title shot. That's the right fight. Teofimo Lopez versus Gary Antoine Russell is the right fight. Teofimo Lopez versus Richardson Hitchens is the right fight. Richardson Hitchens versus Gary Antoine Russell is the right fight. You understand what I'm saying? In the 147-pound division, Boots versus Brian Norman Jr. is the right fight. Mario Barrios versus Brian Norman is the right fight. Mario versus Boots is the right fight. Teofimo Lopez as the lineal 140-pound champion, moving up to the 147 versus the lineal champion, lineal versus lineal, the tradition of daring to be great is the right fight. In 154-pound division, Fundura versus Virgil Ortiz is the right fight. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford versus Fundura is the right fight. Virgil versus Bud is the right fight. Boots versus Bud is the right fight. Janovic versus Carlos Adames is the right fight. Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez is the right fight. Bivol versus Beterbiev trilogy is the right fight. Bivol versus Benavidez is the right fight. These are the right fights. We got so much talent in the sport of boxing. There shouldn't be no mismatch. Why are we delivering at this time? We got all the money in the world. Even Turki Outshake ain't even about generating money right now. So give us the right fight. You can't say, oh, we're getting Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford because it's going to be a lucrative fight. You don't give a fuck about if it's lucrative. You're only spending money. And that's what I be arguing, trying to argue and debate the people. Oh, but you got to understand that Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford is a lot of money. It's a big lucrative fight. But Turki Outshake is here not for the lucrative. He's not here for the revenue. So I don't need to see the fight. That's an excuse. We getting Bud and Canelo because it's a big, and it's gonna make a lot of money. But Turki don't give a fuck about that. He's putting Ryan Garcia and Rolly, Devin Haney and Jose, T.O. versus Barboza in Times Square with 200 motherfucking seats. He don't care about the revenue. He don't care. He's putting that Canelo Alvarez versus William Skull. He don't care about revenue. You don't care about that. So don't give me the bullshit about Canelo versus Bud is the most lucrative fight. That's not what he cares about. That's not what he cares about. So give us the right fight. Give us the right fight. Pump the fight that needs to be pumped. If you're going to put all that money up the ass of Canelo and Bud, no, you give me Canelo versus David Benavidez. ATM? That's the fight that we all want to see. Boxing is good. Boxing got a lot of talent. Sometimes we say one division is stacked. To be honest, 135 is stacked. 140 is stacked. 150, 147 is going to be stacked if we incorporate the names from 140. 154 is stacked. The heavyweight division is stacked. The heavyweight division is stacked. But what we do, us American, we write people off. Jaron Anderson, oh man, that's it. He's done. Diablo, he only lost one time. He's starting. Can somebody lose? And we believe in the Cinderella stories. That's what we love. Rocky Balboa, the Rocky movies, the underdog. I want Deontay Wilder back. I want Deontay Wilder to rise back. I want Deontay Wilder to regain that freakish power and knock somebody else out. So I could see this. So I could say, you know what? We need Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. But this community is like, F Deontay Wilder. Hope he retires. Why is he coming back? Look at his chicken leg. Look at this. And no, I want Wilder to come back. As a boxing fan, it gives me more to talk about. It gives us more to potentially see. Deontay Wilder comes and knocks somebody else out, and then we got the potential fight, the fight that we've been waiting for that we never got. Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. But see, this is how we think. We don't think about that. Why we don't adopt the way that the UK people cheer and support their own. David Chisora should have retired a long time ago. If he was an American, oh my goodness. But then look what he did. Look who he beat. Come on now. He'll sell out any arena in the UK. Did Deontay Wilder ever cheated his heart from us? No. He could lose. But when we see that he don't got effort and he's quitting, that's when we're like, Pats Nation in the building, con los 5 pesos me dice. Punch, the fighters must want those fights. The problem is Canelo and Bud don't want those fights. They don't want those fights, but you know what? We gave them an option Turki gave them an option not to want those fights. That's why I have the problem with Turki out shake. Good looking out, Passionation, my brother. That's why I have a problem with Turki out shape, because he gave these motherfuckers a pass for his own fantasy. Because you take out this Canelo Alvarez and Bud, what does Bud does next? Tell me, ladies and gentlemen, traditionally, realistically, if Bud don't have Canelo Alvarez on the table and this possible reported or rumor $50, $70 million on the table, what does Bud has to do next? After Majumov, what does Bud have to do next? He will have to see Virgil. He will have to see maybe Jamel Charlo. He will have to see a Fundura. Canelo Alvarez, right now, what will he have next? After Berlanga, what will have Canelo Alvarez be forced to do next? Two things, or three things for Canelo Alvarez. David Benavidez, Bivol, retire. That's it. There was nothing. That's it. There was nothing left. There was nothing. Yeah, I don't want me to bring up Demis Andre. ¿Verdad? Yeah, I don't want me to bring on Boo-Boo. ¿Verdad? Pues cállense la maldita boca, because I don't want me to bring Boo-Boo. So he got three, right? The David Benavidez, the get back with Dimitri Bivol, or retire. But Crawford, retire, Fundura, Boots, Virgil, Teofimo Lopez coming up. If he would have stood at 154, I go, what? Charlo, he'll be forced. This right here gives Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford, because what people gonna say, Canelo got the money though. You can't be mad. He gonna get 120 million. See, not everybody's, that's the leeway now. That's the hall pass. Even Mikey Garcia in the podcast with Maris and Gabe Rosado. Canelo got 100 million, gonna get $200, $300, $400 million. What do you expect? That's the shame. That's the hall pass. That's the hall pass. He said Teo would get, well, let's see it. Let's see it. Right? Armin, that's what you want. That's what we want to see. We want to see a fight. You believe Boots will beat Teo? It's on your right. Do you want to see the fight? That's what it is. I want to see the fight. And have any opinion you have. I want to see Teo versus Boots. Teo will beat Boots. No, you won't. Let's see. Fuck it. Let's go. I don't want to hear I don't want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Boots will beat the shit out of Teo. I don't want to see that shit. That's the new language in boxing now by fans. That's the new language. Man, Q said shit about the bananas and watermelon and shit like that, the mucky shit, man. Fuck it. I don't want to see no damn bullshit, and I don't want to see Devin Haney giving him a shot, and he want to disrespect the culture and the black people like that, man. I should want to see the fucking fight. Give you more of a reason to want to see the fight. Now as boxing fans, people are talking their way out of seeing a fight. Like we become like secret agents or protectors and bodyguards. No! Canelo Alvarez is not going to face Dave Benavidez because Dave Benavidez don't have nothing to offer us. That's how we are in boxing. No. David Benavidez is not going to fight our Canelo Alvarez because what does David Benavidez has to offer him? Nothing. So get out the damn way. We're not fighting you. Get out of here. Look at the fans, what they say now. He don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. Fuck you, me, you don't deserve it. What the fuck you mean, don't deserve it? Like you deserve to say that shit. You don't deserve to say that shit. He don't deserve it. David Benavidez does not deserve the fight. Who is he? What has he done? What has he done? I say you can't shame Canelo Alvarez before the Plant and the Demise Andre fight. You can't shame Canelo Alvarez for David Benavidez, but I want to see the damn fight. No, Teo is not going to face Bud Crawford. No, he not punch. No, he not. What does he got to offer? He's a two-time lineal champion. Bud Crawford, who cares? Who cares? Then so the Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran was today. You guys will be saying that, no, Duran was a great lightweight and he don't deserve Bud Crawford because he lost to De Jesus, thus Cambosos. No, Keith Thurman been on for a long time, yo. He don't deserve a title shot. He don't deserve a title shot. Keith Thurman been gone for 3 years. He don't deserve. Why is the WBC gonna put him in a mandatory position for Earl Spence? Nah, man, he don't deserve a title shot. He don't deserve a title shot. Y'all forget Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hagler. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired for 3 years. Does Sugar Ray Leonard deserve a title shot with Hagler? Yes or no? Is that a fight that should have never happened? Let me ask Sean in the chat. Sure, Hagler and Leonard should have never happened. Because if this was today, y'all would be saying that Leonard should not be fighting. Should not be fighting Hagler. Hagler should not give Leonard a chance to move up to the middleweight division and give him an opportunity. No. Fuck Leonard, man. Fuck Leonard, yo. Who the fuck do you think he is? Gonna come out here after 3 years and get a title shot? He got to work his way back up. Oh, man, with the $5 super chat says, yo, man, I'd rather see a unification, but I sure will watch Boots versus Tio. If they forced it, 47 is a big jump. I wouldn't put money on T.O. Go looking out. Appreciate that, my brother. It's good that we look. The good thing is the option that all these guys have. Pat's Nation, con los cinco pesos. God bless you. My brother said boxing has become a safe place for men to idolize other men. Wow. Let's read that again. Boxing has become a safe place for men to idolize other men and be undercover groupies. Bunch of men crushing on their favorite fighter. Oh, sick. Wow. Pat's Nation, the tweet of the year. I think of the tweet of the year, the super chat comment of the year. Boxing has become a safe place for men to idolize other men and be undercover groupies. Bunch of men crushing on their favorite fighter. Sick. It's true, man. See, that's the difference. And look, this is the difference between me as a fan and other people as fans. Like, people will be like, yo, Punch, you a Teofimo Lopez fanboy. But I'm the one that says Teofimo Lopez go fight Jaron to fight Buck Crawford. I'm not the guy that says, no, Tio should not fight Bud and should not fight Boots and should not. I'm saying Tio versus Boots. I'm saying Tio versus Bud. I'm giving my favorite fighter the hardest task of his career. I don't babysit Tio like y'all like certain people babysit their favorite fighter. That's the difference between me and other supporters and fans of certain particular fighters. People get mad at me. Oh, no. Yo, Punch, why you wanted it? No, I want Canelo Alvarez to face David Benavidez. Cállate la maldita boca. I want Canelo Alvarez. Y Canelo Alvarez le tiene miedo a ese tigre ahora me mito. Yo, I thought you was a Canelo Alvarez fan. I am a Canelo Alvarez fan. I am. And if that fight was tomorrow, who I picked to win, I say Canelo Alvarez. But ese tigre le tiene miedo a fucking David Benavidez, and that's it. He's great. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's punched his ticket to the Hall of Fame. He's first ballot. He's everything. He's done it all. He's carried boxing. But when it comes to David Benavidez, ese tigre le tiene miedo. I go. Something is up. Something is up. Because this is not the Canelo Alvarez I know when he talks about David Benavidez. Canelo Alvarez don't talk about, about size and about weight. I never heard Canelo Alvarez said, this other fighter with a rehydration clause or nothing like that. I mean, they rehydrating 25 pounds. When they was out there in the WBC convention, they was about to face Abdul Kokorov. We ain't talking about no damn that Abdul Kokorov was probably going to rehydrate to a certain pound. We ain't give a damn about Sergey Kovalev. We ain't give a damn about Dimitri Bivol was going to, no. Canelo Alvarez never talk like that. But when it comes to David Benavidez, now he's talking a whole different type of language that I'm not used to. Vamos ver, no. I tell the truth. Say the truth. Vamos a la verdad. No, it's no excuse. ¿Para qué? Y'all could be right here. Y'all could come to YouTube and be on Twitter and fake it. Fake the funk. Fake the funk all y'all want. Because y'all don't want to coexist with the criticism of your favorite fighter. Because y'all feel like in YouTube, there's channels that hate on Canelo, and they are the ones that say that Canelo is afraid of David Benavidez, and you trying to protect it as a Canelo Alvarez fan. No, Canelo Alvarez don't need to fight him. Canelo Alvarez don't need to fight him. And the haters, yes, they do. Yes, they do. No. And you in your mind, when you're not writing and you're not in a panel, you know that Canelo Alvarez should be facing David Benavidez. The fuck you arguing about? Why are you arguing? Why are you debating? It's not an effing debate. You a fight fan first. Do you want to see David Benavidez, Canelo Alvarez? Yes, so shut the fuck up and stop trying to talk Canelo Alvarez out of a fight with David Benavidez. to save yourself a fucking bragging rights in a damn YouTube chat or panel. Be real with yourself. Most of the people look at you, check your analytics. You're a grown-ass man, bruh. Come on. Now people out here trying to say, no, I mean, Bivol don't have to face David Benavidez. Pa qué? For what? Why you say that? Oh, because you know if you say that Dimitri Bivol, because if you say that Dimitri Bivol is ducking David Benavidez, you know that it justifies Canelo Alvarez ducking David Benavidez. So you don't want to say you're protecting. There's Canelo Alvarez fans right now that's protecting Dimitri Bivol, not fighting David Benavidez. No, the trilogy is more important. The trilogy is the fight I want to see. The trilogy is more important. The trilogy is more important. The trilogy is more important. Shut the fuck up. The trilogy is more important, man. Especially if you're American and this side of the pond, only 45 people bought the pay-per-view. You ain't give a damn about that trilogy. We seen enough. All right. I don't have to see it back to back. I seen 24 rounds. It was good, but ain't no highlights. I could, step back, fight somebody else. Give me another plate. Right? Just like if you in a buffet, just like you in a barbecue, right? You eat, hey, let me get the hot dog, let me get 2 hot dogs, ketchup, sauerkraut, all that, and then on my next plate we get the burger and stuff like that. We get the salad, y toda esa vaina, right? Just like in Thanksgiving, ¿verdad? You get Thanksgiving, you get a plate. Arroz, habichuela, carne, boom. You go back, arroz, habichuela, carne. Tú le pones the potato salad. And then you're not going to get another third plate because you want to, let me get the lasagna. Now you get lasagna, ¿verdad? Esa es lasagna. David Benavidez is the lasagna. Yeah. Tú te vas a comer arroz, habichuela con carne, arroz, habichuela con carne, arroz, habichuela con... ¿Quieres lasagna? Espagueti, macaroni salad. Esa vaina, right, my friends? Shit. Who the fuck want to argue? I don't think that Dimitri Bivol need to fight David Benavidez. Why? Why you don't want to see that fight? Motherfuckers got to be low lives like that. I feel sorry for your kids. People just lying over here. I feel sorry for your kids and if you got a significant other también. Motherfuckers don't even put their real identities out here and they still lie. At least tell the truth. Tell the truth. Act like a hardcore boxing fans for once. You know what I'm saying? Shit. We seen David Benavidez at this point. We see David Benavidez, he getting heavily ducked, man. Come on now. So the trilogy should be one game, paper, rock, scissors, winner takes all. Damn, right? You think I want to see a 7-game series or something like that in boxing? Shit, you think I want to see Booker T versus Chris Benoit? Because think about it, if we see Bivol versus Beterbiev in the trilogy, to be honest, looking at 24 rounds, nothing is going to be different. The only different that would change is if one used steroids or something like that, but it's not going to be different. We saw 24 rounds. Nothing is going to be different. Imagine if it goes almost the same way, but this time is a close fight like the first two, and they give it a Beterbiev. Do I have to watch the fourth one? How about if the fourth one, because it goes the same way, and then they give it to Bivol? Do I have to watch the fifth fight? Do I have to watch the sixth fight? Do I have to watch the seventh fight? How many times do I have to watch the fight? If David Benavidez was not at 175 and put himself in position, maybe I would be like, let's watch the trilogy. But because there is a David Benavidez in the mix, why not? We always criticize today with yesterday. So when we talk about yesterday, we just don't talk about the Sugar Ray Leonard and Robert. We just don't talk about the Sugar Ray Leonard versus Duran and be mad that Duran wouldn't fight somebody else or Sugar Ray Leonard would fight somebody else. Yeah, they fought 3 times, but at least we got the fights. We talk about the 4 kings, but why? Because they all fight each other. It's a mixture. Give me all them fights. I don't need to see 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need. Give me David Benavidez because, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, I said if Dimitri Bivol beats Artur Beterbiev and David Benavidez back-to-back, ladies and gentlemen, that may be the best back-to-back wins in the history of the sport of boxing. Arguably. If Dimitri Bivol, he already beat Beterbiev, became undisputed, and defended with David Benavidez, that right now, arguably the boogeyman of boxing and the most dangerous fighter in the sport of boxing. 2 of the most dangerous fighters in the sport of boxing. If Dimitri Bivol already beat Canelo Alvarez, already beat Suldo Ramirez, who's the cruiserweight champion, but now he got the back-to-back. If he fights Benavidez and beats him, which is the best back-to-back victories in the history of the sport of boxing? Ladies and gentlemen, which is the best back-to-back victory in the history of the sport of boxing? With different names, not the rematches. The best back-to-back victories in the history of the sport of boxing. I say, arguably, it will be one of the best. And I can't think of maybe one that could top that. Anybody? Benavidez is an emo champ for life. Hey, man. Because it's just a troll. It's just like, man, my brother, that's it. Quit with the troll. You gonna troll every fucking time in the chat? Like, damn. I don't understand. I want to ask serious questions. I want to engage in serious boxing. Yeah, you got it. You can't school me on. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, all right. Let's drop some more videos for the day. Thank you for the people that show love, that smashed that like button, that voted, that sent the super chats. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.